Botches are a common part of wrestling. Due to the nature of pro wrestling, mistakes can happen at any time, but thankfully some botches are more comedic in nature and fans and wrestlers alike can laugh at the hilarious blunders. 2023 has been an incredible year in WWE, yet some of the botches that have been seen across TV and premium live events have made for some of the most memorable and funniest botches of all time. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 10 other funniest botches in WWE of 2023. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia.com. Number 10. Nia Jax's WWE Return. Nia Jax made her surprise return to WWE at the 2023 Royal Rumble. Jax would return in the illustrious number 30 spot in the Women's Rumble, and what should have been an impactful moment was ruined thanks to a rather comedic blunder by WWE's production team. Before the countdown had even commenced, Jax's theme randomly started to play, and this led to a moment of sheer panic from everyone, and WWE had no choice but to start the countdown even though Jax's music was already playing. The utter confusion on everyone's face in the crowd was hilarious, and it was a rare Royal Rumble botch from the production team. Number 9. The Royal Rumble Curse. Speaking of the 2023 Royal Rumble, the Nia Jax botch wasn't the only blunder on the show. When Pat McAfee made his entrance to deliver commentary, he almost fell off his chair, and if it wasn't for a member of the production crew holding the chair still, McAfee could have come crashing down through the commentary table. The chairs at the commentary desk would also play a key part in another botch in the show, and this occurred during Kofi Kingston's latest attempt to avoid elimination. Kingston's Rumble save had become one of the most exciting parts of the annual event, yet in recent years, these once thrilling spots have seemingly gone wrong every single time. In the 2023 Rumble, upon being thrown off the apron, it looked like the former WWE Champion was hoping to land on the aforementioned chair, but he ended up falling to the ground. It looked like Kingston may have been injured during the botch, but thankfully it was reported that the WWE veteran was completely fine. Kingston would take to Twitter to make light of the situation by tweeting, "Well, the universe has spoken. Rest in peace, #Royal Rumble." Now it's unknown if Kingston's tweet meant he was retiring the celebrated Rumble spots, and if that's the case, fans will be very disappointed when the 2024 Rumble fails to feature another heroic athletic spot from Kingston. Number 8. The LA Slip. LA Knight has had a tremendous 2023. LA has emerged to be one of the breakout stars of this year, and his meteoric rise has been an utter joy to witness. LA Knight has had several feuds over the course of the year, including feuds with the likes of the late great Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, and even Sheamus. During one of his matches with Sheamus in the summer of 2023, there was a huge botch that could have resulted in serious injury occurring. The botch occurred when Sheamus was sitting prone on the turnbuckle and LA leaped onto the ropes. He unfortunately slipped, and this sent the whole planned spot into disarray. It appeared that LA Knight was going to throw Sheamus off the turnbuckle, but both men would fall to the outside. These types of botches can occur at any time in a WWE match, and it doesn't matter if it's two inexperienced talents or two tenured pros like LA Knight and Sheamus, sometimes botches and blunders can't be avoided. And in a positive twist, at the 2023 SummerSlam event during the Battle Royal, the two would replicate the planned spot from the match, and this time they thankfully nailed it. Number 7. Roman Reigns' slip. But it wasn't just LA Knight who had a notable slip whilst performing a spot in 2023, as undisputed champion Roman Reigns also slipped in the ring live on SmackDown. On the July 28, 2023 edition of the Blue Brand, Reigns entered the ring and attempted to attack Jey Uso. Reigns slipped within the first few seconds of him being in the ring, yet Reigns immediately popped back up to his feet and delivered the planned spot. Reigns' recovery was so incredibly smooth that the botch almost looked planned. Number 6. Seth Rollins splits his pants. A wrestler splitting their pants live on television is one of the worst things to happen. It can lead to great embarrassment, yet when Seth Rollins split his pants on the way down to the ring on Raw, Rollins decided to embrace the hilarious situation. Rollins would later address the incident in a backstage interview, and it was great to see Rollins and WWE make the awkward situation into something that everyone could collectively laugh at. Brock Lesnar also had an attire malfunction in 2023, as during his match with Cody Rhodes at the SummerSlam Premium Live event, Lesnar somehow managed to rip his shorts. Whilst it was a weird visual seeing Lesnar with ripped shorts, it did add to the idea that both Lesnar and Rhodes had been through a violent back and forth battle. Number 5. Savage Security Guard. The role of an arena security guard should be able to keep fans, as well as the wrestlers themselves, absolutely safe. Now it goes without saying that if anyone is going to come through the crowd for an interference spot, then the security needs to be informed, or else things can go horribly wrong. In early 2023, during a match between Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss on Raw, Bliss would become distracted by a man in an Uncle Howdy mask at ringside. As the distraction spot was about to go down, a security guard tried to pull the individual in the mask back. The security guard evidently hadn't been informed of what was planned, and it was obvious that the mysterious man in the mask had to break character to inform the security guard that he was actually part of the show. While some offered criticism towards the security guard, at the end of the day he was simply doing his job, and if WWE had correctly informed the man of what was planned, then this situation could have easily been avoided. Number 4. Representing the Judgment Day. WWE's resident ring announcer for Raw, Samantha Irvin, is incredible in her role. Just like iconic names that have come before her such as Howard Finkel and Lillian Garcia, Irvin offers a new yet welcome spin on ring announcing. At the Money in the Bank event from London, England in the summer of 2023, Irvin showed that even someone as gifted as her can have a comedic blunder from time to time. During Bayley's entrance for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Irvin, for whatever reason, decided to introduce Bayley as a member of the Judgment Day. Irvin had her stables mixed up as she was meant to say that Bayley was a member of the Damage Control faction. Speaking on the Out of Character podcast, she would discuss the blunder and she would issue an apology if it took anyone out of the moment.
Just like, well, first of all, I was like, hey, it is what it is, you know, you got to keep rolling. It's fine. I knew that what the women were about to come out and do was far more important than that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just hit up Bayley after and apologize because, you know, I messed up her intro. And she was cool with it. She's like, bro, whatever. And then she just was making fun of me about it. And so once I knew she was fine, I was okay. For the fans, for the reaction that I got, I think it made me really realize, like, wow, you did it. And if I was a smarter businesswoman, I would have done it on purpose because it's been the response has been overwhelming, honestly. So I do apologize to everybody that I took out of the moment because that's what I would feel bad about. I don't ever want to take anyone out of the magic of the moment. So if I did that for someone, then I do apologize because it was not intentional.
Number 3. Tribal Combat Confusion. The main event of the 2023 SummerSlam show saw Roman Reigns defend his undisputed title against Jey Uso. The match would be contested under Tribal Combat, which essentially meant that nobody was permitted to interfere and the match would be a no DQ. The distinct stipulation was thrown out of the window though when WWE booked Solo Sikoa to interfere in the match, meaning that WWE had completely botched the main event of one of the biggest shows of the year. Fans were utterly confused and it was presented as a big deal that Sikoa was interfering, and it was apparent that WWE had forgotten that the Tribal Combat match wasn't supposed to feature any interference whatsoever. Things went bad to worse when Jimmy Uso also interfered during the final stages of the once anticipated match. The Tribal Combat match was an utter disaster, and it's often labeled as one of the biggest disappointments of 2023. Number 2. Damien Priest gets confused. Mr. Money in the Bank Damien Priest has had a career-defining year in WWE, yet Priest was also involved in one of the funniest yet well-recovered botches of the calendar year. 2 weeks following the 2023 Royal Rumble, Priest along with other members of the Judgment Day would interrupt Edge and Beth Phoenix, and Priest managed to deliver his promo completely wrong. Priest would state that he was going to enter the Money in the Bank ladder match as opposed to the scheduled Elimination Chamber. It was an awkward yet comedic moment as Priest would pause and then realize he got the name of the upcoming match type incorrect. Now he recovered well, as he verbally played off the Judgment Day member Finn Balor and the promo segment was quickly able to move forward. And number 1. The Miz Breaks Character. The Miz has a reputation for being the constant professional in WWE, yet in early 2023 he had such a funny blunder. The Miz couldn't even help himself in breaking character. The Miz would take part in a promo segment on SmackDown with Austin Theory and The New Day, and in a rare instance, The Miz would butcher his lines. The Miz was supposed to say that there's nothing more dangerous than him having a title on his shoulder, but the words simply couldn't come out, and The Miz started to laugh live on air. The botch was made even funnier thanks to Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston's reactions, as they both found great humor in the situation. But there you have it folks, 10 of the funniest WWE botches of 2023. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.